good afternoon. I trust you're well. Thank you for keeping it TV47. Welcome to our afternoon news bulletin. Let us bring you up to speed on what has been taking shape. A lot has been happening across the country, including that ruling of Joey, or rather the sentencing of Joey Irungu alias Joey, and also the first, or rather the 1-year anniversary of Radio 47. We have those details for you here on TV47 News Now. My name is Moige William. Let us bring you up to speed with the latest. Starting off, Radio 47 has today celebrated 1-year anniversary since it started airing its programs March last year. Presenters recounted how the journey was since 13th of 2023 when the station was established, hence congratulating the listeners and acknowledging the management in general for the milestone. On his part, program manager Linda Oriaso, radio manager Geoffrey Ngou, and the head of Cape Media's news department both gave assurance on more plans to improve the station listenership.
Ladies and gentlemen, 1 year down the line, Chamber is on its way to becoming the biggest late night radio show. And I can only be grateful to Bwana Mungao, Mam Linda, Madam Lillian, Mr. Mbogwa, for trusting the other side. Now I was telling guys I'm now rebranding. I'm not even calling myself a comedian anymore.
And may the Lord establish the works of your hands. And that is our prayer leo hii tunaposhukuru Mwenyezi Mungu kwa sababu ametufikisha mwaka mmoja. Ataendelea kututhibitisha, ataendelea kutupatia uzuri wake. Na wakati ambapo uzuri wa Mwenyezi Mungu uko juu yako, you cannot be resisted.
Mpaka kwa hivi sasa mimi nimejikuta kwamba ni mtangazaji wa Radio 47, radio ambayo ni kubwa zaidi hapa nchini Kenya kwa hivi sasa.
We love being here. I think we support each other pretty well. Every team here, thank you so much.
Kwa hivyo support ni kubwa katika management na pia staff, na tunahisi kwamba tuko nyumbani, na shukrani za dhati kwa wasikilizaji wetu. Manake ndio umetufanya kuwa kidedea, manake wanatusikiliza na wamekubali kwamba Radio 47 ni kituo ambacho ni bora na ni bonge la radio, na ni kutoa tu ahadi kwamba tutarajie mambo makubwa mwaka huu wa pili, na tunakwenda kuvuruga hata zaidi, na tunapania kuwa kituo nambari 1 katika taifa la Kenya.
So on behalf of the board once again, na wahakikishia kwamba kutakuwa na support ya kila kitu ambacho tunataka kufanya ndio Radio 47 itambe na tuzidi kuwakilisha wananchi popote pale walipo. 26 frequencies, and I know Mongo very soon you are going to hit the other one, is very very good. So tunasikika mahali kote nchini Kenya. Kwa hivyo tunawakilisha wa Kenya popote walipo. To our audience, stay tuned and wait for even better content. Hapa ndipo.
All right, even better content. That is the promise by the head, or rather the editorial director, Cape Media Services. That is Masharia Wamugo. Congratulations to our sister station for turning 1 year old, Radio 47. Hapa ndipo. Also, in a verdict delivered in Milimani Law Courts today, Joseph Irungu alias Joey has been sentenced to death for the murder of Monica Kimani in the year 2018. In a judgment delivered on Wednesday, March 13th, Justice Grace Nzioka said the prosecution presented convincing evidence for the sentence. This was after the sentencing was postponed by Justice Lady Nzioka from Friday last week.
Based on everything I have said, I have ordered that the first accused person before this court being Joseph Kuria Irungu alias Joey, shall suffer death as provided for the offense of murder under Section 204 of the Penal Code of Kenya. Unless that sentence is lawfully set aside, by a court of competent jurisdiction. That is the order of the court. Thank you.
All right, that is Justice Grace Nzioka sealing the fate of Joseph Irongo alias Joey. Elsewhere, sorrow has descended Ndu village in Machakos County, where a 19-year-old student of East African School of Aviation, Juanita Mbulwa, whose death was surrounded by controversy, was laid to rest. Mbulwa allegedly fell from the 10th floor of the Ome Apartments in Kasarani, and later a lifeless body was found outside the apartment. Police officers have already launched an investigation into the cause of Juanita's death.
Let us not judge this particular case, because every life is sacred, and nobody whatsoever has any reason to take up the life of the other. And in the case there is, it is only God who can do that. And we need to be careful in what we are doing. Are you together? Yes. As human beings, we pray for our soul, and then let us avoid anything that makes us dead while we are walking.
All right, let us switch gears to matters education. National government has affirmed its plan to hire 20,000 more teachers at a cost of 26.3 billion Kenya shillings, itself a part of a larger kitty of 670 billion shillings targeted at raising the quality of education in the country. Speaking in the Kabete constituency in Kiambu County, the launch of the education project for all in the constituency, Budget and Appropriations Committee in the National Assembly Chair Ndende Nyoro revealed that the funds marked for hiring of the teachers will cover the process and their salaries.
Katika elimu tumeweka 670 billion ambazo tumeongeza TSC 26.3 billion ambayo kwanza itahakikisha wale interns walichukuliwa pale awali 26,000 interns wataajiriwa on permanent and pensionable terms, na tumeongeza pia pesa ya kuongeza walimu wengine 20,000.
Tukarudi tukasema kwa mwaka mzima mzazi wa day school na ni mzazi wa hapa Kabete na aliapply bursary, mzazi atakuwa nalipa 3,000 kwa mwaka.
Kila kitu kitafanyika katika hii budget. Madarasa yataongezwa katika mashule, walimu wataongezwa, already walimu wameajiriwa 50,000, na saa hii serikali tena president ametuambia walimu wengine over 20,000 wataajiriwa, ili tuwe by the time tunaendelea tutakuwa tumefikisha walimu karibu 1,100 ili waweze kuongezeka na kwenda kusomesha hawa watoto.
Tutaweza pia kutengeneza madawati ambayo yatahitajika na wanafunzi. Zile shule zinahitaji pia kutengenezwa laboratories. Tutaweza kuzitengeneza.
And the Council of Governors are concerned over the scarcity of subsidized fertilizer across the country as a result of its demand, or rather high demand, therefore creating a crisis in the agricultural sector, with farmers left to purchase at the market price, making the cost of production very high. Speaking in Taita Taveta during a consultative meeting, the governors, through the Agriculture, Livestock and Cooperatives Committee chaired by Bungoma County Governor Kenneth Lusaka, has called out the national government for allegedly impeding the implementation of devolution in the country by delaying funds meant for counties.
It is important also to say that as the CECs are out here, they have raised the issue of conditional grants that sometimes, initially they are the same people who are involved in the rollout of the now CDP. They know what was supposed to happen. They know where the money was supposed to do, which programs were supposed to be run. But currently we have learned of late that I think the PS Agriculture has decided that he wants to withhold some money within the Agriculture Ministry, and is attempting, I use the word attempting, to usurp powers of the county and to do roles that lie squarely in our docket. We have heard that he wants to retain, I think, 50 million per county for water pans. And we would want to ask PS Rono, what is your obsession with water?
We will continue advising you as a Council of Governors to make sure that you protect our space as devolved units because that is the only way we can ensure meaningful progress. The other issue that is on our table, Excellencies, is about fertilizer. We have a role not only just to give fertilizer subsidy, but it will not make sense if the fertilizer subsidy is not in line with all the soil testings we have done, is not in line with the recommendations from the experts. We want fertilizer that work for our farmers. And the only way to do that is allow counties to give fertilizer according to the recommendations of the soils in their counties.
Elsewhere, a section of MCAs belonging to the ODM party in Kakamega are up in arms over what they term as the arbitrary change of leadership in the county assembly by the party, pointing a finger of blame towards Party Secretary General Edwin Sifuna. In a letter addressed to the Speaker of the Kakamega County Assembly, James Namatsi, Sifuna explained that the position of the majority leader previously held by Philip Maina has been changed and given to Geoffrey Ondiro. However, members of the Azimio coalition, including those from ODM, KANU and MDP, have expressed their displeasure with this particular move, claiming that Sifuna made the decision without the leader's consent. They further allege that this action is strategically aimed at hindering the plans of Kakamega Governor Fernandez Baraza for the development of that particular county, that is Kakamega.
We need wider consultation on weighty issues like having the changes in the leadership of the majority coalition in the assembly. As far as I'm concerned, we don't have any changes. And I'm doing wider consultation with the party leadership.
Sisi kama majority side hatujawahi kaa mkutano wowote kupitisha kwamba tunataka kutoa majority leader. Na kama kuna mkutano yoyote ilikaliwa, lazima mimi kama chief whip nikuwe nime-inform members wote kwamba kutakuwa na mkutano.
Ningewahimiza mtuite sisi watu wote wa ODM, tukae tujadiliane, kama tuko na shida yoyote kuhusu maneno ya ODM hapa kwa bunge, tutatue ili tuendelee. Hatutafurahishwa kuona ODM ikianza kusambaratishwa Kakamega County ili kufe.
All right, let us remain in the western region of the country, now to matters illegal alcohol. A report from the National Authority for the Campaign Against Alcohol and Drug Abuse, that is NACADA, revealed that counties in western Kenya are leading in illegal alcohol addiction. Speaking at Chango, Vihiga County, the County Commissioner Felix Watakila, together with the County Governor Wilbao Tichilo, informed the public that there are new strategies in place to tackle the problem of illicit brew and drug addiction within the region. For instance, all bar owners in the county have been directed to renew their licenses before they are allowed to reopen their businesses.
Tunafanya kazi pamoja na tumeona kwamba zile mapaa sote ambazo siko karibu na mashule na hospitali na makanisa, tunaanza kutekeleza amri ya serikali kuzifunga siku ya leo. Siku ya leo kwa sababu mapaa kama hizo sina attempt watoto wetu kuenda pengine kunywa pombe. Tomba pia vile vile wale wenzetu ambao wanafanya biashara ya paa wata-apply mambo ya paa afresh, ndio tuweze kufuatilia mienendo zao, tufanye inspection ya mapaa, tufanye betting, ndio hatimaye pengine zile zitakuwa zimetimiza the requirements suwe approved.
Tutashirikiana na kaunti zingine na tutazungumza na county regional commissioner ili atulete pamoja, ndio sasa tupigane na hili janga pamoja. Kwa vile najua Vihiga pombe nyingi haramu haipigwi hapa, haitengenezwi hapa, inatoka kwa kaunti zingine, hasa Kakamega, huko Busia, Siaya na zingine. So ni vizuri kwamba tushirikiane pamoja ndio tupigane na hili janga pamoja.
And now to the neighboring region of Nyanza. The residents of Kisii County have expressed their concerns about the high cost of living that is currently affecting many Kenyans, especially the lower class. Local human rights activists are urging elected leaders to stand up and step up towards improving the economy, further calling on the government to pay attention to the plight of the youth who are growing up in an economically hopeless environment.
Mambo ya Kenya economy imekuwa ngumu sana. Walimu wanalia, wanafunzi wanalia, hata sisi viongozi hapa tunalia kwa sababu ya bad economy. Tunaomba Your Excellency the President of the Republic of Kenya ya kwamba uzingatie mambo ya wananchi sana. Hata hawa viongozi wabunge wote ambao wamechaguliwa, naomba ya kwamba chukueni huo mswada bungeni ili muweze kujadiliana mambo ya economy.
The Kenyan economy is at turmoil. Want to address to the president of the country just to look upon on the economy of the nation. Kenyans are suffering, teachers and their families are suffering, farmers and their families are suffering, even students in school also are suffering. Parents are not able to pay the school fees for their kids. The president, we request to work on the economy.
Kenyans should rise up on July 7, 2024 to demand for honesty, accountability, and transparency from their government.
Elsewhere, Kenyans with children living with disability have been challenged not to conceal their children but enroll them in institutions that will help in their rehabilitation. Speaking in Ugenya Sub-County, Siaya County Professor Julia Ojambo says that she is dismayed that several people are hiding away their children living with disabilities, despite the many organizations that remain ready to offer solutions and help them.
Inahimiza, Assistant Chief wanahimiza, wazee wa vijiji wanahimiza, makanisa inahimiza ya kwamba leo hii katika Kenya hakuna haja mzazi kuficha mtoto amezaliwa mlemavu. Hakuna haja jamii kuficha mlemavu mahali popote, kwa kuwa hawawezi mpaka wanahitaji kusaidiwa. Kwa hivyo kusaidiwa tu kwa kuwa hawa wenyewe hawawezi ni neno ambalo tunahimiza. Pili ya kwamba mlemavu pia ni kiumbe cha Mwenyezi Mungu na kina haki kupata msaada. Kwa hivyo kitolewe kipate msaada, na pia kuambia misaada iko, sio ya NFDK peke yake. Serikali iko na wadhamini wengine wako pia wanatoa misaada, muradi tu wale ambao wanahusika na walemavu popote, na tunawasi mlemavu asifichwe nyuma ya mlango.
All right. As the journey to successfully implement the competency-based curriculum, CBC, in Kenya continues, the process has seen its fair share of challenges, with the school children themselves bearing the brunt of the struggle. Despite educational reforms aimed at fostering holistic development, the weight of poverty among parents creates even more difficulty for the children. Speaking during a mentorship program dubbed Smile na Toto at Bright Future Academy in Rachonyo South Sub-County, the head teacher of the school, Ray Okomo, affirms that poverty among parents still remains the major challenge. Sentiments echoed by Maureen Okal of the Okal Care Foundation, a local education charity.
Kama vile kuna kile ambacho tunaita practical, ambapo inatarajia mzazi aende hadi ndani ya kutumia fedha zake kununua vitu mbalimbali ili masomo yaweze kuendelea. Unapata pia kuna wazazi ambao hawawezi kuikimu jukumu la watoto wao vizuri. Unapata kuwa pengine wakitoka shuleni wakienda nyumbani hakuna chakula cha kutosha, alafu baadaye wengine pia wanaweza kulala njaa. Ifikapo siku ijayo wanatarajiwa kuenda shuleni, pengine unapata kuwa
that you're experiencing today, and from them we've gotten reports such as poverty from their homes, lack of support from parents. By saying this I mean absent parents, and again the community, the people that they're living with in communities harassing them. That is why we end up having early pregnancies. We have children that have been molested. We have children that sometimes we just pull them out of school. They don't go to school. Instead they're put into these manual jobs, I would call them so. But we know very well that they're called child labor. So after having the chat, we just said that perhaps maybe some of these problems that we're dealing with, when